Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, No One Will Save You. So this is about an exiled, anxiety-ridden homebody who must battle an alien who's found its way into her home. It's on Hulu, right? And I thought it was 6.8 on IMDb. It's only 6.3, but still a lot better than some of the movies I've watched, right? 54,850 people rated it so far. So everybody who has Hulu is watching it, but me. Kaitlyn is, I think, the homebody, and that's all I recognize, I think, right now. But you never know, somebody else might pop up, and it's only an hour and 33 minutes long, so it's almost about time for me to start getting into Christmas movies, so I'm going to do this one, and then maybe we'll start seeing some Christmas stuff as we head into the holidays. So anyway, enough about that. Let's watch this movie and see what it's about. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, read the credits of No One Will Save You, and I'm pretty disappointed. I wasn't expecting a lot from this. Actually, when it starts out, and we kind of know what it's about, right? When it started out, I thought maybe it was a comedy, to be honest with you. Now, it was not a comedy, but at first I thought so. Like, as you know, there's an alien that comes to this girl's house. Now, they go down the IMDb, she's I don't know, whatever the description was, right? I mean, the description was very, an exiled, anxiety-ridden homebody must battle an alien who's found its way into her home. Okay, you know, and there's one point where that alien stands on its tippy toes and goes like this. It made me like, okay, maybe it's a comedy. I looked it up. I'm like, no, this isn't a thriller, a horror. You know what I mean? Action, I guess. Whatever. So that's what she's got to do, is battle these aliens, or alien. And so they try and create some character depth. So the whole anxiety, all this stuff, so they open it up with her in the beginning, and it shows that, but it's pointless the rest of the film. The reason she's exiled, okay, I guess. I mean, that's, I'm not, you know, whatever. But everything else is just like, it's useless. It feels like there was something more to that we don't get to see in the movie. You know, because it's then, really, the rest of the movie is fight for survival against alien. Right? Until they get to the end. And throughout the movie you see, well, no, I mean, really, just in the beginning, that whole part, you kind of see something's going on that you want to learn more about. Right? I'm not going to go into greater detail, but there is a little bit of, you know, intrigue about pretty much why is she exiled. And they do ultimately answer that question, but again, worthless, I think. I don't know. And what they decided to do at the end, I'm going to have to get into spoilers in a second, because it's hard to talk about it without using that. But, you know, I was disappointed with what they decided to do at the end, and I felt like that was their point from the beginning. Now that you see it, like, sometimes I think they mess up the ending because they have this great story, they don't know how to tie it up, and they just like throw darts at it, and that happens. That's not the case here. I really think that they came into this thing, this is the way this is going to end, and this is how we're going to lead up to it. And it didn't entertain me. So like I said, this one fell flat for me. I'm surprised it's over 6. I guess a lot of other people really enjoyed it, but not I. I'm on a 4 or 5, and I think for me to give you a better explanation of why, I have to get into it a little bit more. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Alright, I immediately thought to myself, if you've seen this movie, you know we can talk freely. If you haven't seen it, but you don't care, okay, great. But I don't want to spoil it for you. But anyway, so I said spoiler alert. So, okay, if an alien comes in your home, I guess your first instinct is to kill it. You know what I mean? I think about that, like with everybody talking about aliens, like, would you want to try and be friends with them, or would you immediately go to violence? Well, this girl, who we understand has a history of violence, does end up choosing that path, of course. And so I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess to each its own. So now she's got to defend herself against multiple aliens of all different shapes and sizes. You got the vertically challenged, You got the spider-looking one. You know what I mean? It was like, what? Okay, we're all over the place here. Which, okay, aliens come in all shapes and sizes, I guess. Although they look very similar, they're not. Whatever. When you would think with all this technology and advancements and mind control or telekinesis, it would be an easier battle than what happened for an hour and 30 minutes. But it wasn't. And, you know, then you think about, okay, the exiling, I guess. You know, like, why is nobody saying hi to her? Why does the mother spit on her? Okay, we come to find out why. It's like, okay, awful. Awful. Like, there's so many different ways to do that. Like, I don't know. I had a, you know, if you want to have that piece where she's potentially the cause of her friend's death, could you maybe pretend to get into a car, you know, your father's car at that young age and mess up and hit it into gear and then roll in, and that's how she goes? You know, still your fault, but more of an accident rather than straight up manslaughter. You know? It's like, okay, all right. And then the fact that, okay, so she not only kills a friend, a human, but she ended like 3 or 4 aliens, I'm going to say, maybe, give or take. I don't know. I don't know the body count on the aliens, but yet, hey, no problem. Let me put you in a happy place. Which I think is, hey, you're kind of like Alien Internal, where you're just going to have fun, or we're going to control you. I'm not sure what that last dance was all about. But she was happy as a clam. You know, couldn't be happier. Hey, I'm offing people left and right from a young age until now. She's 23. I mean, she's got you know, more notches on her belt than Chuck Norris at this point. Whatever. You know, I mean, that's a bad example, but wow, but yet she gets to dance and have a party, you know, some guy dancing with her, there's cake, I saw cake. I mean, what a life. So it seems like it works out, I guess. So if an alien does break into your house and you're good at murdering people, manslaughtering people, I guess your first act should be violence, and you get to dance your life away. So, I don't know. See, it's a lot easier to explain why I didn't like the movie when I can use spoiler alerts, so I thank you if you stuck with me on that one, but I just didn't, I don't know. A lot of other people liked it. It's over 6 and 54,000 people have seen it. So, one last thing, I should have said this before I said that. When you see alien movies, a lot of times they try and hide the alien, at least for a period of time, you know. Or they hide them all the time and you never know what they really look like, which creates that. But in other movies, they show them right from jump. And I thought it was like, okay, that's where we're going with this. We're going to see this. And then, of course, they kept changing, you know. And so, but I find that interesting. Take it for what it's worth. That's the path they chose on that. But I know that wasn't that interesting to end this review on. I should have used it in the beginning, like, hey, you get to see the aliens if you like that, if you don't like that, but I wouldn't want to spoil that with anybody else. Anyway, there you go. That's what I got. Sorry if this was a little bit longer, but I had a rant. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.